What is C++? Let's dive into the world of this powerful programming language. C++ is a general-purpose programming language developed by Bjarne Stroustrup in 1985. Stroustrup designed it as an extension of the C programming language, adding object-oriented features to enhance its capabilities. It supports multiple programming paradigms including procedural, object-oriented, and generic programming. This flexibility allows developers to choose the best approach for their specific needs. C++ is widely used for system and software development, game development, and high-performance applications. Its efficiency and performance make it a top choice for developing operating systems, real-time simulations, and resource-intensive applications. Now let's see some C++ code in action. Here we have a simple example of a C++ program that demonstrates its syntax and structure. Setting up the environment involves installing a compiler such as GCC, Clang, or MSVC. These compilers are essential tools that translate your C++ code into machine code that your computer can execute. Each compiler has its own set of features and optimizations, so you can choose one based on your specific needs and preferences. You can use various IDEs like Visual Studio Code, Blocks, Clyon, or DevC++. An integrated development environment, IDE, provides a comprehensive facility to programmers for software development. It typically consists of a source code editor, build automation tools, and a debugger. Visual Studio Code is a lightweight but powerful source code editor which runs on your desktop and is available for Windows, macOS, and Linux. Blocks is a free C++ IDE built to meet the most demanding needs of its users. Clyon is a cross-platform IDE for C and C++ development, while DevC++ is a full-featured IDE for C/C++ programming. To write your first Hello World program, you'll need to include the IOStream header, use the standard namespace, and define the main function. The IOStream header is part of the C++ standard library and is used for input and output operations. By including this header, you can use the standard input and output stream objects like syn and count. The standard namespace, often referred to as std, is a collection of classes and functions that are part of the C++ standard library. By using the standard namespace, you can avoid having to prefix the standard library names with std. Here's a simple example of a Hello World program. Hash include using namespace std int main. Inside the main function, you use the count object to print Hello World to the console. The operator is used to send the string to the output stream. The endl manipulator is used to insert a new line character and flush the stream. Finally, the return 0 statement indicates that the program ended successfully. So the complete code looks like this. Cute. Hello World, endl, return 0. Let's break it down on the board. First, we include the IOStream header, which is essential for input and output operations. Next, we use the standard namespace to avoid prefixing standard library names with std. Then, we define the main function, which is the entry point of our program. Inside the main function, we use the count object to print Hello World to the console. The operator sends the string to the output stream, and the endl manipulator inserts a new line character and flushes the stream. Finally, the return 0 statement indicates that the program ended successfully. This is how the complete code looks on the board. Let's cover the basics of a C++ program. Understanding these fundamentals is crucial for anyone starting out with C++ programming. First, you have headers, such as #include. These headers are essential as they allow your program to use functions and objects from the C++ standard library. Then there are namespaces, like using namespace std. Namespaces help avoid naming conflicts by differentiating between entities that might have the same name. The main function is defined as int main. This is the entry point of any C++ program where the execution begins. For input and output, you use syn and count. These are part of the IOStream library and are used to read from the standard input and write to the standard output. Once your code is written, you compile it to check for errors. If there are no errors, you can run the program to see the output. This process is essential for debugging and ensuring your code works as expected. Let's see this on the board. Here we start with #include to include the standard input-output stream library. Next, we use using namespace std to avoid prefixing standard library names with std. The main function int main is where the execution of the program begins. For input and output we use syn and count, which are part of the IOStream library. Finally, we compile the code to check for errors and run it to see the output. This is crucial for debugging and ensuring the code works as expected.